Good morning, guys. I'm just here with Totoro, and I am so excited because this morning I am trying out a matcha green tea from the Matcha Reserve. They asked if they could send me some of this to try out because I noticed that I like to drink tea when I chit-chat with you guys. And I said, hey, I'm going to be making a video soon wherein I review green tea and skincare, so I think that would be an appropriate time to test it out. This stuff is really good. It's their mango matcha tea with organic ceremonial matcha. It doesn't have any sugar or dairy or sweetener. It's simply organic matcha green tea from Kyoto, Japan, mango flavor extract, and that's it. And it is quite vibrantly green, so I'm really enjoying this. I sweeten mine with a little bit of stevia because I'm a bit of a wuss for just the plain matcha, but I do like it. Ooh, it's quite good. They also sent me a chocolate one to try out. I'm looking forward to that, so stay tuned for that. But thanks Elsa at the Matcha Reserve. Happy to try that out. Anyways, so in today's video, I'm going to, as per usual, objectively review green tea and its role in skincare. Kind of give you like the evidence for why it would be useful in terms of different skin conditions, its shortcomings, and then I'm going to review this product for you both as a consumer and just kind of my overall thoughts about it. I will also discuss some drugstore affordable alternatives, so if you're like, I can't afford Dr. Jart's, I'm not watching this. Stay tuned, be patient, helpful information, and some potential drugstore creams that are not as expensive. So anyways, green teas, green tea is chock full of polyphenols, okay? Polyphenols are phytochemicals that are antioxidants, okay? And green tea polyphenols are of great interest in skincare and in dermatology because not only are they potent antioxidants, but they also have profound anti-inflammatory effects. They have anti-proliferative effects, which means they can potentially help, and we have some good laboratory evidence that they can interfere with abnormal cell growth, such as what would occur in a tumor or a skin cancer, okay? And so scientists and physicians and clinicians and pharmacists are very interested in green tea polyphenols because honestly, non-melanoma skin cancers, we'll just say in the U.S., there's about 5 million new cases of them every year. And in 2011, we spent here in the U.S., about $8 billion just on non-melanoma skin cancers alone in treating them. So it's a huge cost to the healthcare system and a huge strain on you, the individual. Who may be diagnosed with one. So, things that are preventative, things that would prevent them, that's really where people, get excited. If we could prevent this with a cream, wouldn't that be great? And then, as far as antioxidants, whenever you talk about antioxidants in skincare and antioxidants and their role in skin health, cosmetically speaking, people's ears perk up because they kind of are implied to then sort of be anti-aging, if you will, are basically protective against sun-related changes of age, like sagging skin, dry skin, discoloration, wrinkle formation, damage to the deeper collagen framework of the skin. And green tea is really just a hot water infusion of the leaves of a plant called Camellia simiensis. I hope I'm saying that right. And tea is actually the second most commonly consumed beverage in the world, second to water. So move over Bustelo. I guess people don't drink as much coffee as they do tea. I didn't realize that fun fact. And I just took a few little tea notes here, so pardon me. But, as I said, they're abundant in a source of polyphenol, specifically a polyphenol called catechins, okay? And green tea, like matcha green tea or, any brewed green tea, is really, really abundant in one such catechin that has a very long name called epigallocatechin gallate, okay? Or we'll just, for convenience sake, call it EGCG, okay? EGCG. This is a compound that is of great interest to scientists and clinicians and, Dr. Jart regard here. This phytochemical can combat the damages due to ultraviolet light on our skin. Namely damage to the DNA of our skin cells, damage to the collagen framework, generation of something called free oxygen radicals, which are these sort of deadly offenders as our skin gets annihilated from the sun. They get released and can, just damage everything, and they're just kind of like photo bombs, if you will, in the skin. So, it's of interest in that regard for sure. Because as I mentioned, skin cancer prevention is really the goal, but, cosmetically speaking, anti-aging is always also a nice perk. This can also be beneficial potentially in a variety of other skin conditions besides, aging and skin cancer prevention. Green tea extract, actually there is quite a bit of both laboratory and human data showing that green tea extract and EGCG containing creams and ointment on the face in very small studies can be helpful for acne. They can be helpful for the inflammatory lesions of acne. Additionally, of cosmetic interest probably to many of you, it's one of the few ingredients that has been shown in a small study to be helpful for oily skin, okay? It can kind of help cut down on the rate of sebum or oil production. Sebum and oil production is what contributes to shiny, oily skin. Some people just have a genetic tendency to pump out more of it. People with acne pump out quite a bit of it, and it contributes to it plays a role in the pathogenesis of acne. So people don't want to be oily and shiny, so that is of interest. It's also been shown to be very helpful in a skin condition that I've talked about at length here called rosacea, okay? Rosacea is a skin disorder wherein the skin is hypersensitive to otherwise innocuous stimuli that comes in contact with the skin and responds by flushing, blushing, and getting these like red pimple-like bumps that aren't quite acne but something different. That's rosacea. And what we now know is that green tea polyphenols can actually be quite helpful in reducing the redness of rosacea and improving rosacea skin. We have some laboratory and small human studies showing that. Green tea and green tea polyphenols are also anti-infective, okay? So they have a role in treating viruses. They're antiviral in warts, specifically genital warts, okay, caused by human papillomavirus. And there's actually a cream that is FDA approved in the United States as well as Canada for treating genital warts that is a green tea catechin cream, okay? And individuals who have warts and are prescribed this cream have to use it 3 times a day, and it's somewhat effective for genital warts, this green tea cream. Fantastic though. So about, at 12 weeks, about 50% of people using it will have complete clearance as opposed to the placebo cream, in which is somewhere in the ballpark of 30%. Will just have spontaneous resolution on their own. So it's not fantastic. There are other wart treatments out there, but it holds promise, and it's got FDA approval as a cream in that regard for treating genital warts. This stuff is really good. The mango flavor is like kind of subtle. This is my first time. We're having a first impression. The mango flavor is not overpowering. It's not artificial. You still have the kind of matcha-y taste in here, but the mango kind of infiltrates nicely and is very soothing. I'm really enjoying this. Moving right along. So, last week, or a few weeks ago, I posted a video on why I don't waste my time with vitamin C serums. And one of the major shortcoming of green tea in topical skincare, whether it be ointments, serums, creams, what have you, is very similar to the shortcoming of vitamin C, okay? And that green tea polyphenols as antioxidants are not super stable or functional, or it is difficult to stabilize them so that they can be potentially functional in a cream, okay? There are a variety of efforts to stabilize green tea polyphenols. They've managed to do it, I suppose, reasonably well in the catechin green tea cream that I mentioned that is FDA approved for HPV warts. But remember, that is an FDA approved, and that is a drug, okay? So that is green tea catechins in a drug form that is regulated and has to demonstrate efficacy, okay? So there's actually a study showing that, a placebo-controlled study showing that this particular cream made in this particular manner under these particular, under these particular conditions resulted in individuals who used it 3 times a day for 12 weeks having 53 or roughly 50 to 60% of their extragenital warts cleared, as opposed to the 38 to 40% who used a, just placebo cream 3 times a day in the same manner, okay? So that's the kind of regulation that had to go into that cream, as opposed to green tea containing creams in cosmetics, whether it be Dr. Jart's or any other skincare product out there. Those are non-drug cosmetics, okay? So, they're not required to disclose anything about how they stabilize their green tea polyphenols, the concentration. They're not required to demonstrate any sort of efficacy that their cream has, any kind of demonstrable effects. So, with these types of things, think of it this way, because I got many comments in my vitamin C talk about, well, there is this paper showing this and this paper showing this. Yeah, there's compelling evidence that the ingredient can be effective for, anti-aging, combating photo damage, etc., both green tea and vitamin C, as I mentioned in that video. But, whether or not it can get into the skin and is effective in these cosmetic creams, which have no oversight, is anyone's guess, okay? That's why I don't waste my money or time on them. And it's sort of like, with topicals, okay, and topical antioxidants. It's kind of like you can have a fantastic textbook, okay, on, organic chemistry, for example, a wonderfully written organic chemistry textbook that a student can learn from swimmingly. However, if the student puts the book under their pillow and sleeps with it, it's unlikely that they are going to learn from it, okay? It's hard to say that would work. They actually have to open it up and read it, okay? And study it. They can't just put it under their pillow at night and absorb the information. Skincare is, antioxidants in skincare are a very similar argument, okay? Those arguments aside, getting into the Dr. Jart's Cicapair Dermagreen Cure Solution. I mentioned, okay, so first of all, this is about 3.7 ounces that comes in this, and its price point is $38. I did not pay for this. The kind folks at Beauty Sesh sent it to me. I was not paid to try this out or anything. They just sent it to me with no expectations of what I would do with it. So, they've really been fantastic as a source of Japanese and Korean skincare products for me without having to go through Amazon or wait for things to come from other countries to here in the U.S. As somebody who is scientifically minded and, budget conscious, I never would have plunked down $38 on this to try out, to be honest with you. But I fell for it. I really have been enjoying it. I mean, clearly I'm using it, okay? The packaging is very medicinal looking. It looks like something that you would get with a prescription, right? And it's got this jazzy device on it so that you can, aliquot an appropriate amount. You just roll it. The packaging on this is super cute. So that's part of the upcharge for this product is honestly some of the packaging. And, as a consumer, I really love this stuff. I'm not going to lie. It's fantastic. It's very, very moisturizing. And I really, really liked it personally. But I absolutely cannot recommend people buy this thing for a variety of reasons, which I'll talk about. Okay, first of all, it's pretty pricey, okay? Second of all, I've already talked at length about why green tea polyphenol in a cosmetic cream like this is, like gambling or putting the organic chemistry textbook under your pillow the night before the test. Good luck with that, okay? So the green tea in this, prove it to me, Dr. Jart's. I need a double-blind, placebo-controlled trial before and afters. I need objective measurements. I need, biopsies or something showing me, not just a photograph that you touched up on Photoshop. I need some objective evidence, and then it needs to undergo peer review. especially for a $38 price point, okay? But it's got shea butter in it, which is moisturizing, which I really, really like. It's got ceramides in it, which I believe it has ceramides actually. Yes, it has ceramides in it, which you guys know I'm a fan of. They restore the skin barrier. It has niacinamide in it, which is an ingredient that many of you find irritating, but it's actually a pretty good ingredient in moisturizers, and I will touch on why in a later video, either this week or next week. Stay tuned. I know I promised you guys that. So it's got some really good ingredients aside from the lottery ticket of the green tea, okay? It's got some good moisturizing ingredients. But then Dr. Jart's just went rogue and screwed everything up and put a ton of garbage in here that I could never recommend anyone put on their face. Lavender oil, grapefruit peel oil, all of these essential oils and plant extracts. And I suppose that's why he's calling this Derma Green and kind of appealing to this idea that somehow this is like an all-natural organic thing, and that, you know, these particular ingredients are going to be good. But really, I mean, what happens more often than not, and is highly likely to occur with using a product like this, is something called allergic contact dermatitis. I harp on it all of the time on here, and people are like, I don't have that, it's not a problem. It may not be a problem for you today, but using something like this consistently increases the risk that you will develop that, and it will just cause problems for you, okay? So those are all ingredients that people should just straight up avoid. They have no role in skincare. They are associated with a high likelihood of subsequently developing problems too. If you have sensitive skin, rosacea prone skin, this isn't going to be good. I mean, green tea started out as something that could potentially be helpful for rosacea based on the evidence that we have, and Dr. Jart screwed it up by putting all of these offending ingredients in here that no rosacea person could ever use, okay? So it's not great in that regard. People who I think are going to get really jazzed about this, and why I liked it, is that it's super moisturizing, but it doesn't make you shiny, it doesn't make you greasy, it doesn't give you that oil slick look. That's why people like it. So, you know, maybe the green tea is effective in that regard, and that it has some kind of, it's actually working to cut down on oil. Who knows, you know? But it is pretty expensive. I would not buy it again myself. I wouldn't buy it myself as a consumer, okay? There's also rosemary extract in here. I mean, these are things that belong on your Thanksgiving table, not on your face, okay? I mentioned that this product has shea butter and ceramides and niacinamide. Those are the ingredients in this that I have the most confidence in, and I believe are what result in the benefits that I see from this particular cream, okay? But guess what? Those moisturizing ingredients in a similarly textured, non-green colored, admittedly, vehicle are present in many drugstore affordable skincare moisturizers, okay? So here are a few that I have found for you guys. The Cetaphil Redness Relief Night Moisturizer clocks in at somewhere around, I believe, $15, I want to say, on Ulta. It's got shea butter, it's got ceramides, it has niacinamide. This is a product that for people who are drawn to Dr. Jart's by virtue of how moisturizing it is, and by virtue of the fact that it doesn't make you look like an oil slick, and that it kind of helps with some of the redness. It could potentially help with some of the redness of rosacea, even though I think it would make it worse. I happen to think Cetaphil's Redness Relief Night Moisturizer is a far better choice, okay? And it is more affordable, all right? Comment below on if you have used it. I used a sample of it and thought it was nice. I could not feel a difference between Dr. Jart's or the CeraVe Skin Renewing Night Cream. They feel exactly the same. However, CeraVe Skin Renewing Night Cream clocks in at $16.99 per 1.7 ounces. So it's not cheap, okay? It's actually similar to Jart, okay? But it's better because it doesn't have fragrance in it. It doesn't have a salad bar in it. It doesn't have a, you know, fruit salad in it. And it has niacinamide, which is a good ingredient, and ceramides, okay? And it's made with shea butter, so it's rich. It feels exactly like this. I think that is a easier thing to come by. You don't have to worry about shipping and handling. It's in like drugstores, and you know, it's $16.99 on Ulta, but I'm sure at Walmart you could, you know, get it for far less. And if you go onto the CeraVe website, you can print off a $2 coupon. So I mean, there you go. that is one that I think is a better choice. Likewise, the Eucerin Sensitive Skin Soothing Redness Relief Night Cream has a similar ingredient and profile to these other ones, clocking in at $15.99 per 1.7 ounces. So to me, and I'll list these down below in the description box, but to me, the Eucerin one, the Cetaphil one, the CeraVe ones, those are ones that I feel far more confident recommending to you. They don't have green tea in them, but I don't really think that green tea is honestly doing anything. Really where I think Dr. Jart shines is he's just made a nice moisturizer that feels good, but he's put a bunch of offensive ingredients in it. So the Eucerin one, the Cetaphil one, and the CeraVe one, which I will list down below, in my opinion are better choices because they have these same moisturizing ingredients and skin barrier ingredients, but without the fragrance and the things that have the potential to cause harm. So I think they're a far safer bet. Nothing is 100% guaranteed that A, you're going to like it, B, you're not going to find that it, quote, breaks you out. I can never guarantee that. Or C, that you won't develop allergic contact dermatitis to something in it. But these in my opinion are better choices, honestly, and ones that I would feel more confident recommending to a general audience than Dr. Jart's. So there is that, but yeah, but this green tea, okay, so that is really good. Keep watching. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you learned something from my videos so that you can be an informed consumer rather than just listening to what they say on the label, although this is a good one. Ceremonial. See, I'm believing that. I'm believing there's a ceremony somewhere because Elsa told me so. I'm believing that there's a reserve with a ceremony, but that could all be a lie, but it tastes good, so that's the purpose of that. I'm really enjoying it though, guys. These, how fun. Wouldn't this be a great gift? Some of these matcha teas in a Totoro mug. I will list this down below for you guys so you can find it. Comment below and if you drink matcha tea, if you have a particular brand that you like or one that's good or how you drink it. I'm totally new to it. I don't know. Hopefully it's not staining my teeth green in this video. Otherwise you guys thumbs up for not saying anything. Well, how could you tell me anything? Anyways, guys, I have a packed day today. It's actually Monday for me and for you. So I am going to finish doing my hair, and by doing, I mean, you know, take it out of this head wrap and dress myself and head on out for my day. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!